I'm going to be taking us through a couple of series. Just going to be quite, I want to try to make it as much as I can, make it very practical. So I don't know as many of us that have access to that, a phone or a laptop to see if we can follow up and do same thing. Because I've found out that sometimes with time is that a lot of us, I don't know, but many of us, including me, I go for a workshop, I go for a training, I just listen, I keep nodding my head and then I don't practice and the next thing I come back for it again. And what I'm going to be taking us through today is not going to be, may not be new to as many people that have been trying to use AI before now, but I'm just going to try to bring in another approach. Now, I've seen a lot of content creation online, and a lot of people just use AI because it's available and they just push out videos there. But sometimes what is missing in some of these videos, not necessarily all, is the storytelling part of the video. The storytelling part of the video. And like I was discussing with a student earlier today, look, AI content can do a lot of things. A lot of things. You just have to decide for yourself what you want to do with it. So without making too much of noise today, I don't know if I can share my screen. I'm trying to see if I can share my screen. Okay, yes, I can share my screen.
Yeah, you should be able.
Yes, I can. So I'm just going to share my screen, please. If it's too small, please let me know. And okay. So we're going to start with the basic that everybody knows. Everybody knows ChatGPT. Everybody knows Cloud. Everybody knows Gemini. And then that's where I think we're going to start. So today we're going to try to create a very, very simple video.
That's a very big assumption, but just go ahead. But that's a very big assumption.
Okay. All right. I want to assume most of us know ChatGPT or Cloud or Gemini, or at least ChatGPT. But if you don't know, I think it's going to be good to just open an account with ChatGPT. And once you come to ChatGPT, that's going to be where we're going to start from. But content creation, let me first start. Content creation, it's in different levels. You have to decide for yourself what kind of content do you want to create. Is it a post? Is it a text? Is it a post that's just going to be word-based? That's one of the things you need to ask yourself. Or do you want to do an image? Now, lately ChatGPT has updated their image creation and it's very, very, very good. Really, really very good, meaning that you can use ChatGPT to create very, very good images for your social media or for your clients. Or if you want to create carousel, especially for carousel is majorly those images you see, you keep sliding, it's like a story. So you start from slide 1 to slide 2 to slide 3 to slide 4 to slide 5, and you just keep sliding. So depending on what you want to create, you have to first decide for yourself, what exactly do I want to do? Because if you don't even know what you want to do, that's where the major problem starts from. But today I want to just dive straight into into video content creation. I don't know if that's okay by us.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, the video content creation. So, and one of the first thing we're going to do is to come up with the idea. And for if we are running blank, we can ask ChatGPT. If you have similar ideas, we can ask ChatGPT. But for today, I've been thinking, do anybody have any idea of what we want to create, or should I come up with one? Anybody want to suggest?
Let's ask ChatGPT the best idea to go about.
Okay.
The current trend first.
An idea that is going to be based on a particular demographic. So something that we want to make good money from, but again, a particular demographic for Africans living in Nigeria or Nigerians living in the UK. So it depends on how.
Okay, so that means that we're assuming that we're going to be using these video steadily on social media. So we can ask ChatGPT. I want to
Let's
start.
just do a realistic video that will help everybody. A realistic one. Thank you.
A video of Arsenal lifting the Champions League. That's a realistic video.
Okay, so that we can go different levels. But I think I want to suggest, and then if that's not okay, I'm going to first put in a random prompt and see what ChatGPT gives us. If you think it's not realistic enough, then we'll now come up. I have a sample I wanted us to work with, but let's see. I want to start a YouTube channel.
Good.
And let it be based on health or where. Okay, let me just start a YouTube channel. I am lost on what will trend, and I need ideas. I want to monetize in about 3 months. So please give me a niche that will go viral in time. So ChatGPT is going through my history because it already knows that I do content creation using AI. So it's telling me AI content creation will win for me. It's also telling me that because I have a channel that does prayer and scripture content, it's telling me I should go on with that. And it's talking about faceless storytelling. I think this is trending very, very much, faceless storytelling. And he said why this works: high emotional engagement, shareable, viral potential, works with short and long form content idea. He lost everything, then this happened. I know we've seen a lot of those short Nigerian, or not even Nigeria, I think it's even almost everywhere now. All those faceless storytelling, people just tell different stories. Now, another one is suggesting is make money side hustles. So it's like, this is another content. So one of the first one is suggesting is the faceless storytelling. 1, make money / side hustle. 2, and I think that's the 2 is suggesting for me. I think he has looked into my profile, the things I've done over time. So he's suggesting based on my profile and everything. So should we go with a faceless storytelling, maybe do a 1-minute story, or should we go into how to make money online side hustle?
I think number 4 option is better. And when we're saying make money first like side also, so let's say it on social media, maybe on Instagram to be precise. It's just a thought.
Okay. Any other person, any other thoughts?
I was leaning towards the faceless video because I know most people these days are camera shy, and most people want to try and teach or educate people on things. But then if you ask them to do it via social media, most people try and shy away. So this might just be an opportunity for people to know that you can still share your knowledge without having to put your face out there anyways.
Okay, I think we should combine that thought together with money making, so that faceless storytelling can just be random story. Let's assume somebody is into financials or into knowledge and does not want to show his face, but still want to share his knowledge. How can then use social media to do that? Would that work? So let's take this.
Perfecto.
Let's take this one and So I was told not to assume that everybody knows how to use ChatGPT. I think the simplest way I'm just going to say is just for now, while we understand how the prompt and everything work, is just to talk to ChatGPT as if you are talking to your assistant. For now, at least, just be thorough as much as you can. Describe. A lot of people switch to audio because sometimes they feel that when they are recording their voice, they can express themselves better, and then ChatGPT transcribe your voice, and then it goes ahead to execute. So I picked this one. I said this is my pick, and this is going to be a faceless channel. So that we don't waste too much time. Just going to tailor it. Okay, so he has given us 10 different contents. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, we can.
Yep, we can. I can.
I'm looking at something that can give us different things to create. I think I'll go with number 10. Sorry, number 6. I don't know if that's okay.
Yes.
How beginners are making money with AI in 2026. So now, ChatGPT now is going a bit further to begin to structure the video and give me hook. Now, talking about idea now, depending on how you want to do your idea, maybe in other classes we're going to talk about how to clone yourself. So you can clone yourself and then have yourself deliver a lecture, and then it's you delivering it, but it's not your face that is seen. So now, right now, what ChatGPT is going ahead to do is that it's trying to break down into a structure for us. It's calling hook. Now, most of the times, if we are scrolling through social media or scrolling through YouTube or scrolling through everything, sometimes the things that keep us to a video happens in the first 5 seconds. Whether you're going to watch a video or not happens in the first 3 to 5 seconds, sometimes 10 seconds. And if I cannot retain my viewer in that first 5 seconds, most likely I'm going to lose them immediately. So what ChatGPT have gone ahead to do is trying to create a system for me. It's telling me that I should start with something like this. Most beginner think making money online with AI is complicated, but it's not. So it's giving me a hook, something that we feel that if anybody listening to this starting, so your hook is like the opener, what people is going to see for the first 5 seconds. And then it's telling me that, okay, I should start with this. Now, so he has gone ahead to write a script for me. And then he has done call to action. So what I'm going to tell it to do is this. And then as usual, ChatGPT has gone ahead to pull everything and start telling me about the thumbnail ideas and everything, but I don't want to go into that for now. What I want is a full script. Now I have an idea. Now from the idea, I want to move to a script. Sometimes if you skip this part, it's going to be difficult for my own distance to understand how your video is. Now, if you look critically, it's just showing me different scripting parts. So I'll just tell you, write a full script. Make it pronter ready. And add call to action. So now what I'm trying to say is that I don't want to be reading the script in bits. I want to read it as a whole. I want to understand the script. I want to digest. I want to be sure that the script actually represents what I want to do. So I tell you to write a full script and make it pronter ready. So pronter ready means that ready to read. I can read it all through without any interruption or anything. And like the script should not exceed, the script should be, sorry, pardon my keyboard, is from 60 seconds long. So this is my script. Most beginners think making money with AI is complicated, but it's actually one of the easiest way to start online right now. So now I can see my script, I can read through it, I can understand my script. This is very, very critical and it's a step I don't want us to miss when we are doing content creation. If you cannot visualize your script from beginning to end, you don't have an idea of how your video is going to be. So now this is our script. Do you think this is okay? So from the look of things, this is going to be like a voiceover. Since we suggest that it's going to be a faceless channel, we don't want to show our face. It's going to be a voiceover. So this is what this is the voice we are going to use all through from the beginning. Now, so let me just do a quick recap. First of all, you think about the idea. We don't need to go through that process. If you already have an idea, you can just plug it into your chat or into whatever chat block you're using, and then just tell it to build you a script. When you look at your script and you're sure that you're okay with your script, and if there's anything you want to adjust, I normally use my notepad, break it down, we adjust whatever I want to adjust, and then bring it back. So once we are sure that this is what we need, now the next step is now to break it down into shots, into what I call scenes or shots. Now, we are going to be using, and there are two ways of creating videos. You can do text to video, meaning that you can copy a part of your text and then you plug it into the AI video generator. And then the generator just generates the video directly from the text. Now, the other way you do again is through images. It's through images, meaning that if you can generate the image, and then once you are satisfied with the image, you will now use that image to generate a video. Okay, so I was talking about AI generation tools, and I was talking about Wix. Wix is the one I use more because it was free. It's free to generate images, and it was then unlimited generation of images. You can generate images as much as you want, but Wix is ending today. Today is the last day, and they've moved to Google Flow. I don't know if you heard about Google Flow before, but Wix has moved into Google Flow. So I'm just going to share my screen again, please. I don't know what happened the last time, but hopefully it's
Yes.
So this used to be the one I used before. Now there is a lot of them, and sometimes I try to exploit the free ones as much as I can because these things they are not cheap. They are not cheap, especially with now there's a high competition with the very, very good ones. And so I try to use the free ones. And one of the free ones I find out that is very good is Wix, but now it has moved to Flow, to Google Flow.
Sorry, when you say it has moved to Google Flow, is it that it has been upgraded or they changed the mark?
Well, I don't know the right word to. I don't know if it's upgraded or it's just like how Skype metaphors into Teams. They will not agree that it is Skype becoming Teams, but I think that's what happened. They've ended that particular. According to the news out there, they said that Wix will stop being available from 30th of April, and then everybody should migrate into Flow, Google Flow.
Okay, end of life. Okay.
Yeah, end of life.
Okay.
That's what. So, and that's what happened. So Flow is like the next level. So this is Google Flow, and you can see some of the things I've created. There's this project I was working on, and these are some of the images I've generated, and all of them is free. I don't need to pay for anything. I can generate as much images as I want. This is a Bible video I was working on, and these are all the images. I did a video for someone that wanted to use it. She wanted to do a publicity for our NGO, and she needed videos of children, and so this was the I used Flow to generate all the images I needed, and you can see them. The images are very, very clean. All of them based on prompts. Are different images. So and so far I've not hit any limits using Flow. So if you want to get it, I can copy the link, but if I just put Google Flow, it's going to show up immediately on your. I can just copy the link and put it there. Sorry. So this is what I normally use. Like I said, there's a lot of tools out there, and I cannot begin to tell you how many they are. So whatever works for you is almost the same system. But why it is key to know the image generator you're going to use, because you will have to tell ChatGPT the image generator you're using so that it can help you generate prompts for that particular image generator, because each image generator, they work in different ways. The way Flow understands its prompts may be different from the way other, like maybe Grok images, or like Flow uses Nano Banana. There's another one I've forgotten the name. So they have different ways in which they understand their prompts. So once you know the particular image generator you want to use, it's key, because you cannot tell ChatGPT or whatever app you are using that you should please create a prompt based on this particular software or this particular app that you're going to be using. So, and then the one I also use again, then there's also Meta AI. This is Meta AI. Meta AI too is free, but I think there's a limit, but I've not hit the limit. So this is Meta AI, and Meta AI has a very good images too. If you look, like these are some of the images I created with Meta AI. So if you have your Facebook account, just having your Facebook account, you can move to Meta AI. So this is Meta AI, the images it created too, very good. As you can see them. So I will recommend, especially for people that just want to try Flow and Meta AI first, because it's free. I think you have daily limits in Meta AI, but I'm not sure I've exhausted it since I've been doing it. And this is one of the videos I created with Meta AI. You can see it's kind of really, really good and clean too. But I'm just showing some of the tools that I use. Then the second tool I also want to talk about again is 11 Labs. I don't know if you have heard about 11 Labs.
Yes.
So this is 11 Labs. 11 Labs is actually where I normally generate my voiceover. And I don't pay. Although sometimes I pay, but most times I don't pay, because every month it gives you 10,000 credits. 10,000 credits, and 10,000 credits is more than enough to generate, I think, up to 5 minutes or 10 minutes of video, if I'm not mistaken. So if you just go to 11 Labs and you register for 11 Labs for the first time, it gives you 10,000 credit, and every month it renews that credit for you. It renews that credit for you. So what we're going to do is that we're going to pick, first of all, we can start from there. We're going to pick our okay, this is our script. After looking at the script and you feel that the script is good enough and you do not need any adjustment, you can pick it up as it is like this. I normally like to use Notepad. Generally, I use Notepad to. Why I use Notepad most times again is because with Notepad, it can break away if there's any because there sometimes you are copying a text from a web page, and then it comes with all those metadata and every other attributes. But when you put it on Notepad, it breaks away all those things. It cancels it, and then you don't have any issue anymore. So this is it on Notepad. I copy it to Notepad first, edit whatever I want to edit, and then copy it, and then I will take it to 11 Lab. So when you get to 11 Lab, for those that are following, you come to text to speech. You come to your text to speech, you click on it, and it's going to show you sorry, my screen, I'm actually using two screens, so it's giving me a couple of issues. So once you choose text to speech, it's going to give you a space here where you can paste all the information you want. Just copy and you just paste it there. And so this is my text. And when you look down here at this bottom part, it's telling me that I have 6,900 credits left. This particular audio I want to create is going to take 1,165 of my credits. So, and that's why it's always very, very good to be sure that you have edited your script, you know what you are doing before you go ahead and start doing the voiceover. And another way, again, I save space is that I clean up every unnecessary space. See, if I begin to delete all this space, find out that it begins to reduce the number. So as much as you can, try to always remove everything that I think is not necessary. Since this dash can take extra space, I can just clean it up and then remove everything that you think is going to take extra space. But try not to use abbreviation so that it's not going to affect. In trying to reduce space, don't go and use abbreviation because it may not be able to pronounce those abbreviations the way you think. And then you may have to come and redo it again or redo that particular portion. So once you are sure that this is the text you want.
Somebody has his hand up. Tolu wants to ask a question.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was not looking at my screen. Please go ahead, sir.
Just a quick question. So when you're removing the space for scripts that have like hooks in there, because if you request for a script on ChatGPT, sometimes it gives you a script that has hooks, so like catchphrases, and it puts space in between. If you're removing the space here and putting it on here to generate a voice, won't that affect the outcome?
So if I get your question well, this kind of space I'm talking about, see, can you see that gap?
Yeah.
That is a gap that a full stop is enough. Once there's a full stop, the only issue that once there's no full stop, is we keep reading it as a sentence. But if I put a full stop, this AI is smart enough to stop and then it now continues. So it's just that breathing space it needs. So even if I do this, it does not know, it doesn't see it as a pause. It doesn't see it as a pause. It sees as a character and just keep moving. Now, if you now want to enforce pause, this 11 Lab is built with where you can put emotions. If you use the double bracket and you put pause in between, this way. You see this double bracket I'm coming?
Curly braces.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Once you put this pause in, it's not gonna read the pause. It's gonna see it as like you are telling it what to do. That this pause here, and then you continue. At a point they add, I don't know why they've removed it. Or maybe it's on the paid version. I can actually enhance my. It's not more there anymore. There's a part where I can enhance my speech, and then I think it's on the paid version because the time I saw it was on the bed and we used it, but now I think they've taken it off. Where you can enhance your speech so that once you begin to enhance your speech, it now tells you to pause here or laugh here or breathe deep here. And then that's how 11 Labs have developed their AI. You can tell it to pause, to take a deep breath, or to sign if you want. But it's not going to spoil the hook at all. It's not going to, if you need more pause, during the post editing, you can create that pause, a longer pause, if you want. So that's one space. So once you put your text, now the next thing is that you have to come to settings. Yeah. When you come to setting, you need to come and choose the voice that you want. I don't know if you can still see my screen.
We can.
So yeah, you have to choose the voice that you want to read your script. Now, these are the ones you are seeing. The ones you are seeing are are some of the ones I've used, and I said maybe I want to keep using. For example, this robot. If I play, can you hear the sound?
No.
No.
I don't.
No, so if you want us to hear the sound, maybe you need to reshare and then when
Share,
you
yeah.
share it, you now share with sound.
Okay, let me do that.
Once you click that, you see it under
Okay.
include
Toggle
sound.
button.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let's see if this will work.
A failure is a person who has
Good.
Can you hear the
blundered
sound now?
but is
Yes.
not capable of cashing in on the experience.
So what you can preview. This is another
It is
one.
fatal to enter any war without the will to win it.
Kindness is more important than wisdom, and the recognition of this is the beginning of wisdom.
Failure doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means you haven't succeeded yet.
Now, these are some of the ones I've used for past projects. If you want to explore, you can come here, and there's still more. They have a whole lot. You can choose the language. If you want a Nigerian English, I think there's a Nigerian English now. Sorry, English first. If I choose English, and I come to accent, there's a Nigerian accent, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I checked. Let me search. Yes, there's
Yeah.
a Nigerian accent. So it's got all these ones. Let me just play one.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Spotlight Sessions.
I
Today,
hear that.
I'll be chatting with Maya Rivera.
Just like the sunset yields tonight, conservative ways hold the light.
So you see, you have a lot of options with 11 Labs. And the reason why I use 11 Labs is that if, for example, I want to design it, there was a time I created a video for someone here, and the person told me that, why am I using Nigerian accent? That this is Scottish. So I have to go back and look for the accent, and I choose Scottish English.
That must be doing well.
So if I play Scottish English.
Well, hey, I'm Adam. I'm 3/4 Scottish, but I sound English. Hello, this is Crofty. Well, the AI version of Crofty, I have the most trusted accent in the universe.
So so we don't dwell too much in this place. There's a lot to explore. There's a lot. Though, and now there's another part you can clone your voice. Let me quickly talk about that. You can actually clone your voice. So let me see. I don't have a cloned voice. So I have another one which is paid for, where I cloned a particular voice. The guy wanted me to do a video for him, so he said that, but doesn't like his voice. So he sent me his voice. I now have to clone his voice, and I use it for the narration. So you can actually clone your voice, and this is maybe one of these days we're going to look deep into 11 Labs. It's very, very, very good, and there's a paid version. But I would advise, before we go for the paid version, explore the 1,000, 10,000 credits they are giving to you. So once you choose any character, anyone. So for example, now let's say this is a narration. Let us use let's use Robert. I don't
A
waste time.
failure is a person who has blundered but is not capable of cashing in on the experience.
So let's assume we want to use. I will select him. Once I select him, be sure. Now this part of the mistakes I used to make. When I come, I will forget to choose the person, and I'll just press generate. It will now use maybe the previous voice I've selected, and then let's assume that that's not the person's voice I want to use. I've wasted credit already. So be sure that you have everything set before you click on generate speech. So I have Robert set. I have you can make it faster if you want or slow, and this is where you don't have a choice. You just have to click on generate before you know how fast or how slow it is. By the time you are done all these settings, you will now click on generate. It takes a couple of seconds, and then
Most beginners think making money with AI is complicated.
Can you hear that?
But it's actually one of the easiest ways to start online right now. In 2026, people with a zero experience are using AI tools to create income streams, and you can too. Here are 3 simple ways beginners are doing it. First, AI content creation. People are using tools.
Okay. Do we hear that? Is that good enough?
Very cool.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there's a step I jumped that I normally do. I forgot was that I normally check if this is actually 60 seconds. From the video I've created, from the audio, I can find out that this from here alone.
90, about 90 seconds.
Yeah, I should have. So normally, how do I check that? I'll copy it. I'll just go online and just type. Okay, so this is the time distance I was talking about. So I just went to Google. I just type speech counter timer. There is a lot of them. I picked anyone just for me for picking. I just pick anyone. I paste the entire script. It's telling me it's 202 words and it's 1 minute 34 seconds. Normally, I check this before I normally go and do my voice to be sure that I'm within the time. So if it's beyond the time, I go back to ChatGPT and I tell it that reduce to 60 seconds. So it reduces to 60 seconds for me. I'll pick it up again, a quick check, and then I'll go back to that screen, just paste it there. It's still 1 minute 7 seconds. This time around, I can just decide to look at it myself and like, you know what, I'm just going to take out any line that I feel is not okay. So I put it on my, or nothing I can do again is that I can pick up the script and then make the voice faster. Come to my text to speech. And that's why it's very good to always do, because now imagine I've already generated 1 minute, I've lost 1,000 credits because I did not do that step. So for those of us that are trying to manage credit and everything, we don't have that luxury of just doing anything we want. We just have to double check and be sure. So now that I've lost 1,000 credit, now I'm just left with I have to redo it again, and then I can tell it to read it faster this time around. Let the speech be a bit faster, and then I'll just generate.
Most people think making money with AI is complicated, but it's not. Right now, beginners are using AI to make money with no experience. Here are 3 simple ways. First, AI content creation. Use tools
Now,
like
because I made it
ChatGPT to
faster,
write
it's now
content
58
and
seconds.
Canva to turn it into posts or videos. Businesses need content every day, and they pay for it.
Okay, so can we continue? So with that, I'll just download. This is it. I can download it here. And one of the good things about 11 Labs is that I can always come back to my history. I can see all the voices I've done in the past. I have all, and I can always still download it if I want. So even if you don't download it now, and maybe you forgot all, you can always come back. Once you just come back, go to history. Click on the history. It's going to show you that particular voice. There are different types. Once you play it,
Most people think making money with AI
you know it's
is
the right
complicated.
one. You can download. Now, once you click on download on this part, it's going to tell you, do you want to download MP3 or WAV? Well, professionally, WAV is the best. WAV is the best, but it's larger. It's very large, not really very large, but WAV is always the best format because it contains some extra metadata that you may need. But if you're not really doing anything very, very professional, anything, MP3 is fine. Or you can download it too if you want. So just download it and then it goes straight to your desktop. And this is it. We have downloaded it. Now we have done with the voiceover. Now the next step, which is we're going to try to rush through in the next 30 minutes, is now to generate the prompts. Now I created a system when I'm doing my AI. I try not to use the same chats to do everything. So I have a chat for scripts. I have a chat for the prompts. I have a chat that reviews my scripts. I have a chat that develop my story. So this is just like one of my workflow. I have a short prompt engineer. So this is it here. So what I do is that on the script we have created, normally what people normally would just do is just go straight and on that particular yes, on this particular workflow, you just go ahead and tell it that it should create a short prompt for you, which is okay. But I always recommend that start another chat that is going to be handling all your prompts, so that this one will be dedicated for scripts, one is dedicated for prompts, so that it doesn't confuse. Though sometimes some of these AIs are very powerful, but I like to just separate my tasks. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to ask you to pick up this prompt, these scripts. Then I was asked. I think that to act as an expert prompt engineer. Now, most of the videos are always in 6 to 10 seconds. So I'll tell you to break it down into 6 seconds shots. 6 seconds short. So I need you to act as an expert prompt engineer. I need you to break the script into 6 seconds shots each. Write a prompt to generate image. Then I'll tell you that note, the image will be generated using Google Flow. So please align the prompt to that. Also generate a video prompt for each of the shots. This will convert the image into video. I will be using Grok for the video generation. So I'll just put that prompt and then I'll tell it to go ahead. So now it started working on that. It's creating the image, and then at the same time it's creating the video. Now, if you see on the video, it's describing my camera movement. Earlier in part of my work, I've already I brought in over 42 different camera movements. I was training the AI on different camera movement that I like to see in my shots. So if you see some of the description, it's putting a slow push in. That's because I have trained it earlier. So sometimes you have to also start thinking that, okay, how do I want my shot to be different from other people's shots? So, and that's why it's using some of these terms: slow zoom towards screen, slide camera pan across screen top, because I've trained it over time that, okay, these are kind of the shots I need over like 42. I think I've updated it with another 50 different shots that you can use when creating the video. Now, this script that we created, this 1-minute script, now it has picked everything and it has broken down into different shots. You can see the shots. And altogether, 10, it was able to give us 10 different shots. So what we do next is that at this point, I hope I'll be able to do that. But now that I'm afraid of internet. I normally split my screen into 2 this way. Okay. So that I will just copy the image This is the image I want to create. This is my image. This prompt is for my image generation. I've copied it. I have flow open side by side, so I don't need to be minimizing my screen and opening my screen again. But if you're using double screen, I'll just drag to the other screen. I'll just open this up, copy the image prompt, come to flow, paste it in flow. Now flow is very, very just like the same way you use ChatGPT. That's how flow works. Just come there in the open space, copy your prompt and put it there. If you have your prompt already, if you don't have your prompt, you can type in your prompt. Then you can tell it if you have an image. Maybe that's going to be another time. We're going to use image to start our prompt. But if you have an image, you can actually upload your image by clicking that plus sign, and then you upload your image. And then also, this also houses every other images that you have created. Then down here, down in this point, this where about Nano Banana is telling us that it's using Nano Banana to create. Please, can you still hear me? I don't know if Gogo has cut me out again. No?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Thank you. So it's telling us that how do we want our video? This is 16 by 9. So you must have decided that, am I creating a short or am I creating a an HD video, which is like a 16 by 9. So movie shots can be HD, or a landscape video, which is 16 by 9, or a 4 by 3 or 1 by 1 ratio, which is like the square, or you are creating a shot. You're supposed to know by now. It's very, very important that you know this before you start. If not, it's going to generate an image that may not be according to the size. So should we do a short or do a full video?
A short one is okay.
Let's start with short.
So let's do short. So I'll change it to short. And then it's asking me how many generations do I want? 2x, which means that it's going to give me 2 different samples. Or 3x, that is 3 different samples, or 4. So I'll just tell it to give me 2. Now it's telling me what version of Nano Banana that I want to use. Now the highest is Pro. And then we have Nano Banana 2. Why I'm using Nano Banana 2 is that towards last week I was using Nano Banana Pro. It started giving me issues. It was telling me that it cannot generate. So when I went to read it and I was reading about it, a lot of people were complaining about Nano Banana misbehaving and saying it cannot generate some images. So that's why I came back to Nano Banana 2. But I'm going to just use Nano Banana Pro this night and see how it comes. And it's telling me that my generation is going to use 0 credits, which is okay. I'll tell it to go ahead and generate. And then it's generating. So it's generating 2 different ones for me. I can go and, I haven't copied the short 2 first. Sorry. This was what I was supposed to start with. I'll just copy this one and wait for it. Now I can also paste this one if I want, but I found out that some of these by the time you begin to rush them, becomes a problem. So this is the image he has generated for me, according to the prompt I gave to it. Now, if I look at it, this is what stands out from other people. Other people just, as soon as it creates it, they just download and go ahead. You have to look at it that this shot, does it match my script? Does it tell the story I want to tell? If it doesn't tell the story, then you have to begin to tweak it. If it doesn't tell the story, you can say, let me look at the second one. This is another one. If you feel that this shot does not tell your story, you can come, once you click on that particular image, click on the image, and then you can tell it that, you can tell us, you can ask it to remove the lamp. If you don't want the lamp, like remove the lamp on the left, or remove the lamp on the left side from, just move the lamp. If you don't want the lamp, they just tell it to remove the lamp. By tell it to go ahead, it will just edit that particular video and remove whatever you don't want. But sometimes it can be very stubborn. It will not remove it. You just be there. You keep going and going and going. And sometimes AI seems to frustrate when it does not listen to instruction. And that point, you just let it be and just go and tweak your, can you see that that lamp is gone? That was because I didn't want that lamp in that particular shot. So this is it without the lamp. So if it gives you a shot and you don't like that shot, don't just accept it that okay, that's the final. No, you can keep tweaking, especially and this is where the difference is. If it was a video and you've already generated it 6 seconds already, and you want to tweak it again, it's a little bit difficult. Though it's possible, but I prefer the image. I prefer getting the image correct. So this is the image that we want, and then you click on the image, you click on download. There's download over here if you want, or right there where the image is, you can click on these 3 dots. You will see download, 2K upscale. I always like to use 2K upscale because that is the best possible one available. If you want 4K, you have to upgrade, but 2K is okay. Download 2K. Put your next prompt. Tell it to go ahead. Go and copy your other prompt 3. Just put it there and wait. I'm just going to create like 3 different ones or 4, and then we'll go quickly to the video generation. Please, hope I'm making sense. Hope we are following.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so this is one of the images creating. Another thing again, yes, I forgot to mention is that when you look at your image, when you look at your prompt and you find out that you are creating it for a particular community that is Black. So instead of me just putting, for example, now, because it's random, you did not describe the, prompt did not describe the kind of person. So that's why we have white persons, we have Black persons, no Black person there. So if you are developing for Chinese, you have to take a Chinese person or a Black Nigeria or an Hausa Nigeria. So let us assume now this image tree said a person working on a laptop. Instead of just using a person, let's put an Hausa man from the north in Nigeria is working on a laptop. So now this is us now being specific on the kind of person we want in that particular prompt, not just a random, not just leaving it for AI to decide. Now, another thing again, I need to just mention why this is generating is that while you are deciding the kind of video, the reason why this is just coming on like in real human beings is because of we assume that now this is this is funny because this is the screen you're supposed to be looking at. It's putting this in front. Let's see the other one. So this is another person. So if you don't want all this screen, for example, you can say you don't want this screen, you can come and edit and say, remove the screen. Just the man looking at his laptop. Now, see, can you see that particular, this was the first one. I didn't like this. I didn't want this to be there. So I told you to remove it, and this is better for me. And because we specify and said a Hausa man from the north, can we see the kind of image he has given to us? I can download 2K. Let me just do one more. So why this is going on? Okay, I don't want to go and open many pages so it doesn't angry. Let me just maintain. Hopefully, maybe at the end of the class, I wanted to show you another prompt where I specify the kind of image I want. So this is another one. So you decide. It gives you 2 options. You can download the 2 if you want, and as a good practice, once you are downloading, you need to know. For example, I just downloaded this shot. This shot I just downloaded, I need to know that this shot is for shot 4. So one of the good practices is that once you are downloading, you can go and label, especially if you're going to be downloading a lot of shots, a lot of images. It's always good as soon as you download it, go and label it short 4. So you copy this title and go and label it short 4 image. So that by the time we are generating the video, you will not be asking which shot is this and which shot is this, which shot is this. So it's always good to label. Or as soon as you are generating your video, you are going to, as soon as you are generating your image, you pick it up straight up, you are going to go and generate your video. So now let us go and generate video now. Or let's try Meta AI. Let's go to Meta AI and put all of those prompts. Let's put the next prompt, this one. Meta AI. So this is Meta AI. He has given me his own shot, different 4 of it. I can choose to download. Now with Meta AI, it's even very simple. With Meta AI, I don't need to do too much. I can just animate it immediately. I can tell it, go ahead, animate this for me. I can also animate in Flow. It's just that it's going to be using my credits. It's going to, when it comes to animation in Flow, it uses your credit, and your daily credit is just 50. So by the time I do one video with 50, that is almost, it's going to take like, so if I want to create a video now, I can say, okay, let's create a video. If I click on this part, if I want to create a video with Flow, once I come here, I click on it, choose video. It's going to convert this to video. Choose the frame size. Remember, it's a short. Pick a short. I like using 1 because if you look closely at the bottom, once I put 2, it's telling me it's going to use 40 credits. If I'm creating just one video, it's using 20 credits. So I put my start. It gives me option to check all within this place what I want to do. All these images, I can start with these images. Now let's go to the shot. Shot 1, this is the prompt. But the prompt, remember the prompt was for Grok, but that does not mean that it will not work here, but I actually customize it for Grok. I'll pick this up, put it here, and I have to be sure I have the right shot. So I pick this one, I just tell it to go ahead and create a video for me. Let's see what Meta AI has done. This is Meta AI's video. If this is good for me, I download it. If I want to tweak it, I can tell it that okay, it should correct something or it should regenerate. This button here regenerates it, and then I can copy it, the prompt, and reuse the prompt. And that's how most of them, they are quite very easy to use. Just put in the prompt and then generate for you. Now, this is still generating this video. So I'll quickly open Grok, which is the one we're going to use to generate other part of the video. Grok is used for video generation. If you have a Twitter account, you can actually have Grok, but if not, using your Google can also help you. So when you come to Grok for the first time, you open it. This is how it looks like. It looks like a chat box too. You can use it to chat, but I want to create video. So you come to this point and go to Imagine. Click on the Imagine. And then this is the samples of videos, different videos. I'll click on this part here and tell you that I want to create video. So these are some of the images I've brought in before now. I'll go and bring in one of the images I've created, like let's say the Hausa man, put him here. Once I do that, I'll go back to my ChatGPT and copy the prompt. So sometimes it's just so good. Instead of you just always coming back to ChatGPT, you can copy this and excuse me. You can copy this entire prompt and put it inside
Notepad.
Notepad. Copy inside a notepad and have it handy. So this we're working on shot 4. So this is the video part of the shot 4. So it's easy. Just come here. Then I go to my Grok. Just add it to it. Now I can add more than 2 images. I can decide to bring more images, but I think let's just keep it simple. If I bring more than 1 images and I want to address that particular image, what I would do is let me bring one more, just so I can use that as an example. I can bring in one more. Can you see now? We have 2 images there. So I can come here and say, push in slowly towards the screen. I can put at. Once I put at, it's going to ask me which of the images am I referencing according to my shot. So I can actually have a lot of images and tell that, okay, use image 1 for this one, use image 2, use image 3. Especially if you are doing characters. If you have different characters that we want to do specific actions. Let's assume we are doing a movie and there may be somebody supposed to walk at a time, somebody supposed to talk at a time. You can use this at to reference the right image. Like I say, at image 1, can you see it's there? And I can come here and say at image 2. But this prompt is not built for that because this prompt is just a direct 1 image prompt. So it's not going to work well. Maybe in our other classes, if that we're going to be looking at more difficult, or maybe let me say, we're going to look at a dialogue or conversation. We cannot look at how to use art as a reference and things like that. So I'm just going to cancel that. And then it begins to generate. For now, I think Grok is no more free, but I was lucky. Somebody gave me a project, and I'm still using that particular 1 month subscription. I don't think Grok is free for now anymore.
It's not free again.
It's no more free. So I think Meta AI is going to be the best bet, and also using Flow. So this is what Flow has created for us. Actually, VO is one of the best out there, but it's just that it's expensive. With this one now, it has used up. Now it has used up, out of the 50 credits I have in a day, it has used up 20 credits already for this video. All right, so I have how many videos now? 1, 2. Let me create one more video. And this is Grok is still going on. Oh, I didn't select. I was supposed, in using our Grok, I forgot we are supposed to select our frame size. Don't always forget that, because sometimes that thing, it has cost me a lot too. When you don't select your right frame size and then you go ahead and you click on generate and then it comes out in the wrong frame size. So what I did was the wrong frame size. So I have to put in and do it again. So this is supposed to be the right one. So you see, it has converted it into a landscape for me because I did not tell it the right one. So always make sure that before you click on generate, you select the correct frame size. So this is our correct frame size now. And so lastly, before I go into bringing everything together, I want to introduce us to, there is a, have you heard of Pixabay? Pixabay.
No.
So Pixabay is, I know, yes, there are a lot of AIs that generate music now, but because it's not really free, and it's paid for. I prefer to, like I said, I like to explore what is free before I begin to go for paid for. So you can get on Pixabay, you can get a lot of music, especially for sound effects. For maybe if you want to have some normal music on your video as it's playing, if you come to Pixabay, it's a free account. You can explore. There's a lot of. If I play this one now, it's free to use. So depending on the kind of, though of course it's limited, you just only have about 240,000 free music here. But you can download as many as you want. It's free to use. If you're not sure, by the time you want to download it, they're going to tell you if you need to put attribute or not. If I come to sound effects, for example, now maybe if I want a laptop, maybe like I want like maybe click of a laptop, click sound, click button. I can come here and come. Can you see that? Or if I want keyboard, maybe a keyboard sound. The reason why this is very important is that if we're going to be going to social media a lot, there's a lot of copyright, there's a lot of strikes for using copyright, things that are copyright. So if you don't have money to go to maybe Suno or any of those AI generation tools to get music, you can actually come to Pixabay. Pixabay gives you a whole lot. I'm going to copy it and just drop on the chat now. Let me just put that there. Pixabay gives you a whole lot. Apart from just that, it also gives you stock pictures. Maybe in our next time, I'm going to talk about how we can use some of these pictures to generate content. It gives you a lot of stock pictures. It's not the only one that gives you stock pictures, but it does give you stock picture. Another free tool we can use. Have you heard about Google Audio Library, YouTube Audio Library? Have any of us explored YouTube Audio Library?
No.
No.
So if you go to your YouTube, those of us that have a YouTube studio, if you go to your YouTube studio, there's an audio library here. So if you want to post anything on YouTube and don't get fined for it, there's a lot of music you can pick here free of charge. There's music, there's sound effects. Just go to your YouTube studio, come to audio library, and there you are. You can search by different if you click on the button there, you can search on different kind of music. If you tell it the mood music, the duration, the artist, and you just so like when I was creating a music for a prayer channel, and I just needed soft instrumental. Most of the ones I was downloading from other places, they were just giving me copyright. So I just came to Audio Library. It belongs to YouTube. YouTube cannot find me for using their things. Just make sure that, another thing again I used to do is that I used to make sure that attribution is not required. See this option here. Attributes not required. Some, they will tell you it is required. That means that once you are using it on your YouTube, you must credit whoever has it. But if you choose attribution not required, all the ones it's going to be bringing out for you, you can use it free of charge without anybody bothering you or anybody saying anything. So those are two things you can put in mind: Pixabay and Audio Library. So I'm just going to download this video. This video is ready. I'm going to quickly download it. I'm trying to finish on time. Sorry, I know I talk too much, so please forgive me. So I want to download this too. Okay, so let me just ask a quick one. Which editing tool are we familiar with? Anybody use any editing tool that they are familiar with? Canva. Okay. So there are free ones we can use. There's CapCut, which is I really sometimes don't use CapCut, and the reason is because you don't know when you're going to go and use something that they will tell you because of that you cannot export it. So Canva and CapCut is one of the ones that is not really free to use, but at least you can. If you don't use any special thing on it, you are so sure that you can export it without any issue. Another one that is free to use is DaVinci Resolve. Maybe while I was telling Coach Mr. Tolu that maybe one of these classes I'm just going to dedicate it into video editing, because people generate videos, generate AI, but how to bring it together has always been one of the issues. So we're just going to look at how to use either DaVinci Resolve to just edit, or we can use CapCut. My issue with CapCut is that if you use any of their attributes that is for pro, it may not allow you to export your video. So, and then sometimes you don't even know what you are going to use that's going to affect it. But DaVinci is totally free. From beginning to the end, it's totally free. So if you can use DaVinci. Another one you can use again is Camtasia. I'm just trying to introduce some of these softwares to you. Camtasia too is free to an extent. Yes, it's free to use. You can just open it. And then the good thing is that most of them, they have similar interface. They have very, very similar interface. This is Camtasia. It has very, very similar interface. And then, of course, for those of us that maybe want to go into the professional one, is that you use DaVinci or you use Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is paid for, but let me just stop there. Some people are using it free, but it's paid for, and it's kind of expensive. So for today, I'm just going to use CapCut. Is that okay? So when you come to CapCut from the first time, just tell it to create a project. And once it creates a project for you, you go and bring in your videos, the videos you've downloaded. Just drag them into the timeline. See them up there. I only just created 4. Normally I was supposed to create like 10 of them, but I just created 4 alone. Then don't forget our audio. You bring in your audio too. Your audio is going to be the voiceover we're going to be using. So this is your audio. These are the 4 videos that we're just going to use for now. So you can bring in your first video, put it there if you want. This is the first video, and I can bring my audio under. This is my audio. I can move it around the timeline anywhere. So a crash course, sorry, this is what they call timeline. This place here that you see me moving around is called your timeline. This is where you bring in all the videos you want to edit. This is where you edit them. This place is called your bin, where you import all the videos you want to use, all the elements you want to use, and then you just bring it down to the timeline here. So when you bring it down to the timeline, once I come here to the beginning and I press play, can we still hear my audio?
No.
Okay, I didn't share audio again. Right. Let me share audio. Please, I have to stop and share again, hopefully. I want to share my audio. Okay.
Most people think making
Can you hear the audio now?
money with AI is
Okay. So this is now where we now have to lay according to shots. So that's why it's good to label your shot. If I've labeled my shot now, we have shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4, shot 5, shot 6. But because it's like a crash course, that's why I didn't have the time to do that. So I need to have labeled my shot so I can know which shot is coming in next. I'll just label, bring them according. And put this one here. But so it may not rhyme now, but I just want to just teach us the basic of editing. So once we just put them here, what you can do is that when you come to the end of this video, end of your videos, let me go to the end there. I can actually trim my video. Can you see? Just coming to the end, I can trim the video. I can say, okay, can you see that particular clip is becoming shorter. If I don't want it to be too long, I can say, okay, this one.
People think making money with AI is complicated.
So, okay, this is the same shot. I don't want this.
AI is complicated, but it's not.
So it has joined to this shot. If this shot is too long, I can minimize again, make it a little bit shorter.
Right now, beginners are using AI to make money with no experience. Use tools like ChatGPT to write.
So this is where I put everything together. I just
most people think
if it's once I want to change
making
my
money
shot,
with AI is complicated.
I reduce it a little, make sure it's exactly where I want it to be.
But it's not. Right now, beginners are using most people think making money with AI to make money with no experience.
Now, you see, there are a lot of gaps in this audio. I can actually cut my audio. If I don't like those gaps, I can split this audio and reduce the gap. That's because it was pausing unnecessary. If you don't want those gaps, you can actually go to those places those gaps is, use your clip. This clip is here. Clip on it and remove it. And then close it back. And if you want more gap, like yes, somebody was asking that, what if you want a more, if I want more gap, I can come here on my audio alone, split it, and then move everything forward. So I have a lot of gap now. So I can always play with my audio when I come to this timeline. It's not if it has the flexibility. I can do whatever I want to do. I can even mute. I can say, okay, I don't want this part. I can mute this part. So when it plays, it's quiet. But if I can bring it back up.
Beginners are using AI to make money.
Another thing again is that if you look at your audio, and you cannot see all this wave sign, that means that there's no audio in that part. There's a gap. That's one of the way of looking at your audio. Now, I talked about music. Now, this is just normal.
Most people think making money with AI is complicated.
Let's assume that I have a music I would like to use. Let me just quickly bring one before I'm watching my time. I think I have some music. So I've already downloaded some. I'll just quickly bring it in. Okay, this is one of the music I want to use as a music bed. So I can bring it and put it under this audio again. And then but I have to reduce it a little so that it does not overshadow my main voiceover. Just now listen.
Most people think making money with AI is complicated. But it's not. Right now, beginners are using AI to make money with no experience. Here are 3 simple ways.
Okay. I was thinking that we have time on that to introduce text. But maybe in our other class, we'll finish our project and then we'll begin to build. Any question? Any question? I don't know. I've not people have been raising up their hands because I've not been looking at my screen.
So I'm going to ask a question.
Okay, sir.
Should I go ahead?
Please go. Ahead.
Yeah. I just want to ask: is it better to have a tool that has has all those things embedded in there, like a third-party tool? For instance, I know of Inksfield. I know it has Kling, Grok, other AI tools that you mentioned, and other ones that you didn't mention. So is it not better to go for that one? I know people are subscribing for it, is it not better, or should we just like stay on the free ones?
In my opinion, it's if you have the money, why not go for it? But if you are learning, especially at the learning stage, you are trying to figure out, because sometimes you have this subscription. If you don't use it a day, the money is already burning. So before you begin to explore and everything, I think paid for the paid version, if there's something that free, especially for the learning stage. But if if you are good already in it and everything, like now, I'm also considering getting one of either Xfield or there's another called Files. I'm going to show you that before I go. It's also have all those. It's like an aggregator, like Xfield. It has all those tools in it, but if you have the money, why not? Please, by all means, go for it. It makes your work easier and faster. You have everything on your fingertip. But if you don't have the money, I just want to exploit the free tools. I will assume that you learn with the free ones, and once you have mastered the ones you want, then you can go for it. Another thing again with the free tools is that it helps you to understand how to maximize your money. Let me use that word. How to maximize your money, so that by the time you jump on you will now know the right paid one to go for. There's open arts. A lot of people say open arts is better. There's Agen. Agen is for majorly cloning, and a lot of people say that one is better. So I think it's just about of preference. That's just my own personal opinion. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question, but if you have the paid version, it's all good. So I wanted to show us one more. A lot of people know. Can you see my screen? A lot of people know Xfield already. There's this one called FAR, and the reason why I use this is I think I paid for. This is different from Xfield as a monthly subscription. This one uses you pay. It's like pay as you go. If you put $20, you can use your $20 to generate as many as you want. So you don't need to be you don't need to be paying every month. So if you have a project and it's okay, 20 like now, or if I check my credit now, I have I inserted $20 at a point. Now it has reduced to 13, and I've generated over 100 images using this one. Can you see I have 13? I have 13 left. This month alone, I've only used $5 because I don't usually use it very much. I just come whenever I need something, and I've generated over 100 images, if I'm not mistaken, and 20 videos. It also works like I find it hard to pronounce. It has almost all of them there: the sedans, the cling, the nano banana. It has everything there, but it's not a monthly subscription. I don't need to be paying every month, especially if I'm not going to be using it every month. So if you have a project to execute and then the client is paying you a certain amount, you can just either use this one or use Xfield. But if you also want to create a YouTube page or maybe a YouTube channel, that's one of the things we're also going to look at later. And you know that you'll be constantly using it. Please, we can as well pay for it. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you very much for this session. So everyone that wants to see the outcome of a video, you need to join next week. Everybody, waka come.